The difference between thriving and merely surviving isn't written in the stars, it's etched in our daily habits. While some people seem to dance through life's storms with remarkable resilience, others struggle to weather even the gentlest rain. The secret lies not in luck or innate talent, but in the small, intentional improvements we make each day. Every sunrise brings 24 fresh hours of blank canvas for growth, learning, and transformation. Yet most of us walk through these hours blindfolded, trapped in routines that don't serve our highest potential, missing countless opportunities for advancement that hide in plain sight. We'll explore 10 crucial areas of life that demand daily attention, areas where small, consistent efforts can create extraordinary results. Here's a fundamental truth that many overlook: life doesn't upgrade itself automatically. Standing still is actually moving backward, even if the descent is too subtle to notice at first. Too many people wait for a crisis to force their hand, for pain to push them toward change. But why wait for the storm when you can build your shelter in the sunshine? The real mastery lies in recognizing the need for improvement before it becomes an emergency, in choosing growth before growth becomes your only choice. This isn't just about making changes, it's about making the right changes consistently in the areas that matter most. Because when you commit to daily improvement in these 10 key areas, you're not just changing habits, you're rewriting your life story, one page at a time. If you're ready to transform your life through these powerful daily practices, hit that subscribe button and join our community of intentional achievers, because your extraordinary life is waiting to unfold. 1. Your mindset. What's the first thing that crosses your mind when you wake up in the morning? Is it worry about the day ahead, or perhaps frustration over something you can't control? Most people don't realize this, but the very first thought you entertain sets the tone for the rest of your day. If you start with chaos in your mind, it's no surprise that your day feels chaotic. But if you begin with purpose, clarity, and positivity, you'll notice a remarkable difference in how the day unfolds. Your mindset isn't just the way you think, it's the way you see the world. It determines whether you see opportunities or obstacles, whether you focus on what's possible or dwell on what's missing. But here's the thing: a positive mindset doesn't just happen. It's a choice, one you have to make every single day. Start with gratitude. It's simple, but it's powerful. Before your feet even hit the floor, take a moment to think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. It could be the warmth of your bed, the roof over your head, or even the chance to start fresh today. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, and that's a mindset that can transform your entire outlook on life. Next, focus on possibilities. Most people spend their mornings thinking about what could go wrong, but what if you flipped that script? What if, instead of fearing the challenges ahead, you started visualizing the opportunities? Picture yourself succeeding, overcoming obstacles, and making progress. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's programming your mind to look for solutions instead of problems. Throughout the day, continue feeding your mind. Think of your mind as a garden. If you neglect it, weeds, negative thoughts will grow and take over. But if you nurture it with good seeds, positive thoughts, new ideas, and constructive challenges, it will flourish. Read books that inspire you, listen to talks that challenge you, or even spend a few moments reflecting on an idea that stretches your thinking. But let's get practical. Developing a positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring reality. Life will throw challenges your way. People will disappoint you. Circumstances won't always be fair. That's not negativity, that's life. A strong mindset isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing how you respond when it isn't. When adversity strikes, pause. Take a breath. Instead of reacting impulsively, ask yourself, what's the lesson here? How can this make me stronger? Growth doesn't come from smooth sailing, it comes from weathering storms. The more you train your mind to look for lessons instead of losses, the stronger you become. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is reflection. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to think about what went well and what didn't. Be honest with yourself. What could you have done better? What did you learn? Reflection isn't about dwelling on mistakes, it's about using them as stepping stones for growth. Your mindset also influences the people around you. If you're constantly negative, you'll attract negativity. But if you radiate positivity, you'll inspire others to do the same. People are drawn to those who lift them up, not those who drag them down. So ask yourself, what kind of energy am I bringing into the room? Improving your mindset is a daily practice. Some days will be easier than others, and that's okay. The key is consistency. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start, because it doesn't exist. Start now with whatever tools you have. Write down one thing you're grateful for. Read a page of a book that inspires you. Take 5 minutes to visualize your goals. Small actions repeated daily lead to big changes over time. Remember, your mindset is the foundation of everything. If your thoughts are aligned with growth, resilience, and gratitude, your actions will follow suit. And when your actions are aligned, success becomes inevitable. It all starts in your mind. 2. Your health. Have you ever tried to drive a car on an empty tank of gas? It doesn't matter how beautiful the car is or how advanced its technology, without fuel, it's going nowhere. The same is true for your body. No matter how big your dreams are, no matter how ambitious your goals may be, they'll remain out of reach if your health isn't in check. Health isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about energy, vitality, and the ability to show up fully for your life. It's about having the strength to chase your dreams, the stamina to overcome challenges, and the resilience to bounce back when life knocks you down. Yet so many people neglect their health, treating it as an afterthought instead of the foundation it truly is. Let's start with movement. You don't need to spend hours in the gym or train for a marathon to improve your health. Daily movement is what matters. Take a walk, stretch, dance, do something that gets your blood flowing and your body moving. Movement isn't just good for your physical health, it's a boost for your mental health too. It clears your mind, lifts your mood, and helps you think more clearly. Nutrition is another cornerstone of good health. Think of food as fuel. The quality of your fuel determines the quality of your performance. If you're constantly eating junk, you're not just damaging your body, you're robbing yourself of energy, focus, and clarity. That doesn't mean you have to give up everything you enjoy. Balance is the key. Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods most of the time, and enjoy treats in moderation. Sleep is often the most overlooked aspect of health, but it's just as important as movement and nutrition. Without adequate rest, your body can't repair itself and your mind can't recharge. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. Create a bedtime routine that helps you wind down and prioritize sleep as much as you would any other important task. Now, let's talk about stress. Stress is a natural part of life, but how you handle it makes all the difference. Chronic stress can wreak havoc on your health, leading to everything from fatigue to serious illnesses. Daily practices like deep breathing, meditation, or even a few moments of silence can help you manage stress and protect your health. Hydration is another simple yet powerful habit. Your body is mostly water, and even mild dehydration can affect your energy, focus, and mood. Make it a habit to drink water throughout the day. It's a small step with big benefits. Improving your health doesn't require drastic changes overnight. It's about making small, consistent choices every day. Choose to take the stairs instead of the elevator. Choose water instead of soda. Choose to go to bed an hour earlier. These choices add up over time, creating a healthier, more vibrant you. Here's the bottom line: your health is your greatest asset. Without it, nothing else matters. When you take care of your body, you're not just investing in your future, you're ensuring that you have the energy and strength to enjoy the journey. Treat your body like the engine of your dreams, because that's exactly what it is. 3. Your communication. Every single day we interact with others, family, friends, colleagues, strangers. Each of these interactions is an opportunity to connect, to build trust, and to leave a lasting impression. Yet so often we go through conversations on autopilot, saying what's convenient rather than what's meaningful. If you truly want to grow, improve, and leave a positive mark on others, Mastering the art of communication is not optional, it's essential. Communication isn't just about talking, it's about understanding. Too often we approach conversations with the mindset of how can I get my point across instead? Ask yourself, how can I truly understand this person? When you shift from trying to be heard to trying to understand, everything changes. Let's start with listening. Listening deeply is one of the most underrated skills in communication. Most people don't really listen, they wait for their turn to speak. But when you listen, really listen, you show the other person that they matter. You're not just hearing their words, you're paying attention to their tone, their emotions, and what they're not saying. This kind of listening creates trust and opens the door to deeper, more meaningful connections. One powerful way to improve your listening is to practice presence. When you're in a conversation, be fully there. Put down your phone, stop thinking about your to-do list, and focus entirely on the person in front of you. This simple act of presence is rare in today's distracted world, and it makes people feel valued and respected. Next, let's talk about clarity. How often do we speak without thinking, only to regret our words later? Clear communication starts with clear thinking. Before you speak, take a moment to consider, what am I really trying to say? What's the most effective way to say it? Clarity doesn't mean using big words or complicated phrases. It means expressing yourself in a way that's easy to understand. But communication isn't just about clarity, it's also about kindness. Words have power. They can uplift, inspire, and heal, or they can wound, discourage, and destroy. Choose your words carefully. Speak with the intention of building others up, not tearing them down. Even when you have to deliver criticism or difficult feedback, do it with respect and compassion. Here's a simple rule to guide your communication: seek to understand before being understood. When you approach conversations with curiosity and a genuine desire to understand the other person's perspective, you create a space for open, honest dialogue. People are far more likely to listen to you when they feel heard and understood. Nonverbal communication is just as important as verbal communication. Your body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice all convey messages, often more powerfully than your words. Pay attention to these nonverbal cues. Are you crossing your arms, signaling defensiveness? Are you nodding, showing that you're engaged and interested? Your actions can either reinforce or undermine your words. One of the most effective ways to improve your communication is to ask better questions. Instead of asking yes or no questions, ask open-ended ones that invite deeper conversation. For example, instead of asking, "Did you have a good day?" try asking, "What was the best part of your day?" Questions like these show that you care and encourage the other person to share more. Now let's address conflict. No matter how skilled you are at communication, disagreements will happen. The key is not to avoid conflict, but to handle it constructively. When a disagreement arises, stay calm. Listen to the other person's perspective without interrupting. Focus on finding solutions rather than assigning blame. And remember, it's okay to agree to disagree. Finally, practice gratitude in your communication. Take the time to acknowledge and appreciate the people in your life. A simple thank you can go a long way in strengthening relationships. Don't wait for special occasions to express your appreciation. Make it a daily habit. Improving your communication is a daily practice. It requires mindfulness, effort, and a genuine commitment to growth. But the rewards are worth it. Strong communication skills can open doors, deepen relationships, and help you navigate life with greater ease and confidence. Remember, every conversation is an opportunity. Don't let it pass by without making it count. 4. Your finances. Money may not buy happiness, but let's be honest, it does bring freedom and peace of mind. On the flip side, ignoring your finances creates unnecessary stress and limits your options. If you want to live a life of independence and security, you must make improving your finances a daily practice. Financial discipline isn't about deprivation, it's about control. It's about making conscious choices with your money instead of letting your money control you. The good news is that you don't need to be a financial expert to take control of your finances. Small, consistent actions can lead to big changes over time. Let's start with tracking your spending. Most people have no idea where their money goes each month. They're shocked when they realize how much they're spending on things like dining out, subscriptions, or impulse buys. By simply tracking your spending, you become aware of your habits. Awareness is the first step to improvement. Next, create a budget. A budget isn't a restriction, it's a plan. It's a way to tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Start by listing your income and expenses. Then allocate your money toward your priority savings, investments, bills, and discretionary spending. A good budget is flexible, allowing you to adapt to unexpected expenses while staying on track with your goals. Saving is another essential habit. You don't need to save huge amounts to make a difference. Start small. Save $1 a day if that's all you can manage. The key is consistency. Over time, those small amounts add up, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your savings grow. Once you've built a habit of saving, think about investing. Investing is how you make your money work for you. It's not about getting rich quickly, it's about building wealth over time. Learn the basics of investing and start with what you can afford. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Debt is another area that requires attention. If you're carrying high-interest debt, make it a priority to pay it off as quickly as possible. Debt can feel like a heavy weight, but every payment you make brings you closer to freedom. Once you're debt-free, use the money you were putting toward payments to build your savings and investments. Financial discipline also means being mindful of your spending. Before you make a purchase, ask yourself, do I really need this? Will this bring me lasting value or just temporary satisfaction? Practicing mindfulness with your money helps you avoid unnecessary expenses and focus on what truly matters. It's also important to educate yourself about personal finance. Read books, listen to podcasts, or take courses that teach you about budgeting, saving, investing, and managing debt. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make smart financial decisions. Finally, remember to plan for the future. Life is unpredictable, and having an emergency fund can provide a safety net when unexpected expenses arise. Plan for long-term goals like buying a home, starting a business, or retiring comfortably. The more you plan, the more prepared you'll be to handle whatever comes your way. Improving your finances is not something you do once and forget about. It's a daily practice. It's about building habits that support your financial well-being and sticking to them over time. The road to financial freedom requires patience and persistence, but the rewards are worth it. Remember, money isn't just about numbers, it's about freedom. It's about having the resources to live life on your terms and the security to weather life's storms. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your financial situation transform. The power to change your financial future is in your hands. 5. Your time. Time. It's the one resource we all have in equal measure. Whether you're rich or poor, young or old, we all get 24 hours in a day. The question isn't how much time you have, it's how you use it. Time is the one thing you can never get back. Once a moment passes, it's gone forever. That's why managing your time wisely isn't just important, it's essential to living a purposeful, fulfilling life. Every day, ask yourself, am I spending my time on what truly matters? The way you answer this question will reveal a lot about your priorities and your direction in life. Too often, we let distractions steal our time. Social media, meaningless tasks, and endless scrolling can consume hours without us even realizing it. These activities give us the illusion of being busy, but they rarely move us closer to our goals. Let's start with this truth. Saying yes to one thing means saying no to something else. When you say yes to distractions, you're saying no to your dreams, your goals, and the things that matter most. Learning to say no isn't easy, but it's necessary. Say no to the things that don't align with your values so you can say yes to the things that do. How do you determine what deserves your time? Begin by identifying your priorities. What are the things that truly matter to you? Your family, your career, your health, your personal growth. Write them down. Once you're clear on your priorities, it becomes easier to focus your time and energy on what's important. Next, plan your day with intention. Don't let the day happen to you, take control of it. Start each morning by reviewing your goals and creating a plan. What are the most important tasks you need to accomplish today? Focus on those first. This is often called the big rocks approach. Imagine you have a jar to fill. If you put the big rocks in first, your most important tasks, everything else will fit around them. But if you fill the jar with sand and pebbles, first less important tasks, you won't have room for the big rocks. Another powerful strategy is time blocking. Allocate specific blocks of time for specific activities. For example, set aside time in the morning for deep focused work. Reserve time in the afternoon for meetings or errands. By assigning tasks to specific time slots, you create structure and reduce the chances of wasting time. Eliminate distractions wherever possible. Turn off notifications on your phone, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and create a workspace that minimizes interruptions. When you're working on something important, give it your full attention. Multitasking may seem efficient, but in reality, it divides your focus and reduces the quality of your work. And here's a critical point: schedule time for rest and rejuvenation. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, but burnout serves no one. Taking time to recharge isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Make time for activities that bring you joy, whether it's spending time with loved ones, reading a book, or simply going for a walk. Be mindful of the people you spend your time with. Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Surround yourself with people who inspire, support, and challenge you to be better." Time spent with the right people is never wasted. Now let's talk about long-term perspective. It's easy to focus on what feels urgent, but not everything urgent is important. Ask yourself, will this matter in a week? A month? A year? When you prioritize the important over the urgent, you're investing your time in things that will have lasting value. Lastly, reflect on how you're spending your time. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to review what went well, what didn't, how can you improve tomorrow. This daily reflection helps you stay aligned with your goals and make adjustments as needed. Remember, time is your most valuable asset. Once it's gone, you can't earn it back. Treat it with the respect it deserves. When you manage your time well, you create space for what truly matters, and that's how you build a life of purpose and fulfillment. 6. Your emotions. Life is unpredictable. Some days are smooth and joyful, while others are full of challenges and setbacks. But here's the truth: it's not what happens to you that defines your life, it's how you react to it. Your ability to manage your emotions is one of the most important skills you can develop. Emotional mastery isn't just about avoiding negative feelings, it's about understanding them, processing them, and choosing your response with intention. Let's start with self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional mastery. It's about recognizing what you're feeling and why. Too often we react to situations without understanding the emotions driving our behavior. For example, you might snap at someone because you're stressed, not because they did anything wrong. By becoming aware of your emotions, you can respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. When you feel triggered, pause. Take a deep breath. That simple act of pausing creates space between the stimulus and your response. In that space, you have the power to choose how you react. Instead of letting your emotions control you, you take control of your emotions. Reflection is another powerful tool. When you experience strong emotions, take the time to reflect on them. What triggered the emotion? Was it something external like a difficult situation, or something internal like an unresolved fear or insecurity? The more you understand your emotional triggers, the better equipped you'll be to manage them. Let's talk about perspective. Often our emotions are intensified by the stories we tell ourselves. For example, if someone cuts you off in traffic, you might tell yourself they're so inconsiderate. That story fuels anger, but what if you told yourself a different story? What if you thought maybe they're in a hurry because of an emergency? Changing your perspective can shift your emotional response. Another key to emotional mastery is gratitude. Gratitude has the power to transform negative emotions into positive ones. When you focus on what you're grateful for, it's hard to stay upset or frustrated. Make it a daily habit to reflect on at least one thing you're grateful for. Over time, this practice can help you cultivate a more positive and resilient mindset. Emotional mastery also involves setting boundaries. If certain people or situations consistently trigger negative emotions, it's okay to set limits. Protecting your peace of mind isn't selfish, it's essential for your well-being. And let's not forget the importance of forgiveness. Holding on to anger or resentment doesn't hurt the other person, it hurts you. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning bad behavior, it means letting go of the emotional burden. When you forgive, you free yourself to move forward. Finally, remember that emotional mastery is a daily practice. It's not about being perfect, it's about making progress. Some days will be easier than others, and that's okay. The key is to stay committed to understanding and improving your emotional responses. Life will always throw challenges your way, but when you practice emotional mastery, you can face those challenges with grace, resilience, and inner peace. Choose your response wisely, and you'll find that even the toughest situations can lead to growth and strength. 7. Your relationships. Who you spend your time with matters more than most people realize. Think about it, the people around you influence your thoughts, your habits, and even your vision for the future. They can either lift you up or pull you down. Relationships are like a garden. If you water them, nurture them, and pull out the weeds, they flourish. But if you neglect them, they wither. Take a moment to evaluate your closest relationships. Who do you spend the most time with? Are they encouraging you to grow, or are they draining your energy? It's a hard question, but it's one worth asking. If someone consistently brings negativity, drama, or discouragement into your life, it may be time to reconsider their role in your journey. Now let's talk about investing in relationships that matter. Strong relationships don't happen by accident, they require effort. Start with the simple things. Show genuine interest in the people you care about. Ask how they're doing and really listen to their answers. Listening is one of the most powerful ways to strengthen a connection. It's not just about hearing words, it's about understanding feelings. Another key to healthy relationships is communication. Be honest and clear about your thoughts and feelings. Misunderstandings often arise when people assume rather than express. If something bothers you, address it calmly and respectfully. On the flip side, don't hesitate to express gratitude and appreciation. A simple thank you or I appreciate you can go a long way. Let's not overlook boundaries. Every healthy relationship has them. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out, they're about protecting your peace and ensuring mutual respect. If someone repeatedly crosses your boundaries, it's a sign that the relationship needs adjustment. Quality matters more than quantity. You don't need 100 close friends, you need a few good ones. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and support you. These are the relationships that will push you to be your best self. But relationships aren't just about what you receive, they're about what you give. Are you the kind of person who lifts others up? Do you encourage, support, and bring positivity into the lives of those around you? Being a good friend, partner, or family member means showing up consistently and being someone others can rely on. Now let's talk about letting go. Some relationships aren't meant to last forever. If a relationship has become toxic or is no longer serving either party, it's okay to move on. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care, it means you care enough about yourself to prioritize your well-being. Remember, love and connection aren't occasional luxuries, they're daily practices. Small, consistent actions like a thoughtful message, a kind gesture, or a meaningful conversation build strong, lasting relationships. Ultimately, relationships are a mirror. They reflect your values, your priorities, and even your self-worth. Choose wisely, nurture diligently, and watch how they enrich your life. 8. Your habits. Habits are the foundation of your life. They shape your days, define your character, and ultimately determine your success. Here's the thing, success isn't the result of one big decision, it's the sum of small actions repeated consistently over time. The question isn't whether you have habits, it's whether your habits are helping you or hurting you. Take a close look at your daily routines. What do you do when you wake up? How do you spend your evenings? What actions do you repeat without even thinking? These habits, no matter how small, are shaping your future. Let's start with the power of small changes. Imagine a ship sailing across the ocean. If the captain adjusts the course by just 1 degree, the ship will end up in a completely different destination over time. Your habits work the same way. A small positive habit like reading 10 pages a day or taking a 10-minute walk might not seem like much at first, but over weeks, months, and years, it can transform your life. The key is to be intentional. Success is hidden in your daily agenda. If you want to improve your life, start by improving your days. Identify the habits that align with your goals and make them a priority. But here's the catch: bad habits work the same way. Small negative actions like skipping exercise, procrastinating, or mindlessly scrolling on your phone can compound over time and lead to undesirable outcomes. The first step to breaking a bad habit is awareness. Pay attention to your triggers. What situations or emotions lead you to engage in the habit? Once you identify the trigger, you can work to change your response. Now let's talk about creating new habits. Start small. If you try to overhaul your entire life overnight, you're setting yourself up for failure. Instead, focus on one habit at a time. Make it so simple that it's almost impossible to fail. For example, if you want to start exercising, commit to just 5 minutes a day. Once that becomes a routine, you can gradually increase the time. Consistency is key. It's better to do a small habit consistently than to do a big habit inconsistently. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't see results right away, but if you keep watering and nurturing it, it will grow. Here's a powerful tool: habit stacking. Attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already brush your teeth every morning, you could add a habit of saying 3 affirmations right after. By linking the new habit to something you already do, it becomes easier to remember and integrate into your routine. Accountability can also make a big difference. Share your goals with someone who will support and encourage you. Better yet, find a partner who shares your goal and work on your habits together. And don't forget to celebrate your progress. Every time you stick to a positive habit, you're making an investment in your future. Acknowledge your efforts and let that motivate you to keep going. Success isn't a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice. Your choices become your actions become your habits, and your habits become your life. Take inventory of your habits. Are they moving you closer to your goals, or are they holding you back? The good news is you have the power to change them. Start today. Take one small step in the right direction. Over time, those small steps will lead to big results. Remember, greatness isn't achieved in a day, it's built daily through consistent, intentional action. 9, you're learning. Learning is the cornerstone of growth. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. That's not just a saying, it's a fundamental truth about life. Think about it: every skill you've ever mastered, every challenge you've ever overcome, and every opportunity you've ever seized started with learning. It's the process of expanding your mind, broadening your perspective, and equipping yourself to navigate the complexities of life. But here's the thing: learning doesn't just happen by accident. It's a deliberate daily choice. And it doesn't have to be monumental. Small, consistent efforts over time add up to incredible results. It's like compounding interest. A little effort every day grows into something remarkable. The first step is to commit to learning every single day. It could be as simple as reading a chapter of a book, watching an educational video, or even reflecting on a lesson from your experiences. The medium doesn't matter as much as the mindset. The key is to approach every day with curiosity and a willingness to grow. Now let's talk about the types of learning. There's formal learning, the kind you get in school or structured courses, and there's informal learning, which comes from observation, experience, and self-directed exploration. Both are valuable, but in today's world, the ability to teach yourself is more critical than ever. The tools and resources available are endless, from online courses to podcasts, books, and even conversations with knowledgeable people. The next step is focus. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information available. To make progress, you need to be intentional about what you learn. Start by identifying areas of your life or work where improvement would have the greatest impact. Then set clear goals for what you want to achieve. Once you've chosen what to learn, consistency is everything. Dedicate a specific time each day to learning. It doesn't have to be hours. Minus 15 to 30 minutes is enough if done consistently. Think of this time as an investment in your future. You're not just acquiring knowledge, you're building skills, expanding your perspective, and increasing your value. Another powerful tool is reflection. Learning isn't just about taking in information, it's about understanding and applying it. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what did I learn today? How can I use it to improve my life or work? This habit of reflection deepens your understanding and ensures that your learning translates into growth. Don't forget the importance of practical application. Knowledge without action is useless. If you learn a new concept, skill, or idea, find a way to put it into practice as soon as possible. The act of doing solidifies your understanding and turns theory into reality. Surround yourself with people who value learning. Join groups, forums, or communities where like-minded individuals share insights and experiences. Learning with others not only makes the process more enjoyable, but also exposes you to new perspectives and ideas. Finally, embrace failure as part of the process. Not everything you try will work, and not every lesson will come easily. But that's okay. Failure isn't the opposite of learning, it's a critical part of it. Each setback is an opportunity to grow and adapt. Learning is a lifelong journey, not a destination. It's not about cramming as much knowledge as possible into your brain. It's about staying curious, open, and adaptable. The world is constantly changing, and the ability to learn and grow is what keeps you relevant and resilient. Remember, every day is a new opportunity to learn something that brings you closer to your goals. Don't let a single day go by without investing in your growth. Over time, these small, consistent efforts will compound down into expertise, wisdom, and success. 10. Your purpose. Why do you do what you do? What drives you to get out of bed every morning? Without a clear sense of purpose, even the most productive days can feel hollow. But when you align your actions with your values, life takes on a whole new level of meaning. Purpose isn't just a lofty ideal, it's the fuel that powers your journey and the compass that keeps you on track. Finding your purpose starts with introspection. Take the time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What are your core values? What are you passionate about? What impact do you want to make in the world? These questions might not have immediate answers, but pondering them daily will bring clarity over time. Purpose isn't static, it evolves as you grow. What drives you today might be different from what inspired you a decade ago, and that's okay. The key is to stay connected to your inner self and regularly reassess what truly matters. Now let's talk about aligning your actions with your purpose. It's not enough to know your purpose, you have to live it. That means making choices every day that reflect your values and bring you closer to your goals. For example, if your purpose is to help others, look for ways to contribute, whether it's through your work, volunteering, or simply being kind and supportive to those around you. Purpose also provides resilience. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and uncertainties. When you have a clear purpose, these obstacles become easier to navigate. Instead of getting lost in the struggle, you can focus on the bigger picture and keep moving forward. But here's the thing, purpose isn't always about grand gestures or world-changing ambitions. Sometimes it's found in the small, everyday moments. It could be as simple as being a good parent, supporting a friend, or pursuing a hobby that brings you joy. The scale doesn't matter. What matters is that it feels meaningful to you. Purpose and motivation go hand in hand. When you're clear about why you're doing something, motivation comes naturally. You don't have to force yourself to act because your purpose pulls you forward. It becomes the reason behind every choice, the energy behind every effort. A daily practice that can deepen your sense of purpose is journaling. Spend a few minutes each day reflecting on your actions and asking yourself, did I live in alignment with my values today? What did I do that brought me closer to my goals? What can I do differently tomorrow? This habit not only keeps you focused, but also helps you grow. Remember, purpose is deeply personal. It's not about impressing others or meeting societal expectations. It's about living a life that feels true to you. Don't let anyone else define your purpose for you. Take the time to explore, reflect, and discover what genuinely matters to you. In the end, your purpose is your why. It's the reason you push through challenges, the inspiration behind your dreams, and the anchor that keeps you grounded. Reflect on it daily, align your actions with it, and let it guide you. When you live with purpose, life becomes not just a series of tasks, but a meaningful journey. Now, here's the most important part. Improvement doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in one day. Just pick one area from this list and commit to improving it by 1% today. Then do the same tomorrow. Small daily improvements compound into extraordinary results over time. Every day is an opportunity to move closer to the life you want. Focus on these 10 areas and you'll not only transform yourself, but also inspire those around you. Remember, success isn't about big leaps, it's about steady steps in the right direction.